Today, we are going to be addressing the three major religious conflicts of Hinduism versus Buddhism, Sunnis versus Shiites, and Catholicism versus Lutheranism, seen throughout history here on Time Travel Interviews. Our guests today are Buddha, Martin Luther, and no, not the King, the Pope, Charles V, Mohammed, and many others. A quick recap of the three conflicts: Hinduism versus Buddhism began over 2,000 years ago and was due to a divide in beliefs. The Sunnis versus Shiites conflict arose after the death of Muhammad in 632 CE and was the result of conflicting ideas for a new caliph to rule the Islamic Caliphate, and most recent, the feud between Catholicism and Lutheranism, beginning with Martin Luther's 95 Theses in 1517.
So I heard some weird noises back here.
Yeah,
What is going on?
Yeah, I should make
What the? What? What are you guys doing?
Oh, hey, didn't see
The
you
Pope?
there. All right, next clip. Now shifting time and place to 1517 Europe with the feud between Catholicism and Lutheranism. As you saw in the previous clip, Martin Luther was nailing his 95 Theses, our primary source, to the Castle Church in Wittenberg, Germany. This thesis was Martin Luther's tweaks to the Roman Catholic Church and the spark to the feud between Lutheranism and Catholicism.
Cut.
Welcome everyone, Pope Leo, Martin Luther. Thank you guys for coming out. Could you please tell us a little about yourself, Martin?
I'm Martin Luther, we're a German monk guy with the bald patch that you guys probably learned about, and I'm going to explain what spiked my retaliation to the Catholic Church's views. The Pope denied my teachings and desired to continue his rule over both secular and non-secular life throughout Europe.
So what exactly were your complaints about the Roman Catholic Church? What got you so riled up to fight against them despite knowing the risks?
The 95 Theses that I was putting up in the clip was my retaliation. What my 95 Thesis was intended for was to portray the idiocracy of indulgences and the vast power the Pope is not permitted by God to the people of the Catholic Church who are being deceived. I also believe that all girls and boys should also have access to the sole source of religious truth, the Bible, and people should reach heaven regardless of good deeds as long as they are holy. God will accept them. I really just wanted people to follow God in the right way without the church and religious figures who hold no real power trying to push irrational ideas onto just people. Each of these were designed around my views for the ideal church and what God would have viewed as the right way to worship.
So what did the Pope say about this retaliation? I'm sure he wasn't too pleased.
He was not. He asked me about 1 million times to give a wrongful teaching and to pay it off as though I were a fool. I didn't listen and continued on with my teaching. I was eventually excommunicated in 1521 at the hands of Pope Leo, but my support had grown so strong I had amassed an army of followers.
And how do you feel about this, Pope Leo?
Said you're an idiot, Martin. What's wrong with you? Are you rejecting God?
All right, what happened after your excommunication?
After only months, King Charles V of England invited me to the Diet of Worms, a meeting of the Holy Roman Empire, to yet again make me stop my revolt. I choose to continue despite their insistence and my support gaining strength. Our rejection of the Roman Catholic Church became known as the Protestant Reformation, or the reject of papal authority.
And now, King Charles, your majesty, what went through your head after hearing all this?
Well, I thought he was an idiot and felt like maybe giving him a second chance at rejecting his ideas would snap him out of it. But he just didn't listen.
Thank you, King Charles. Anyway, back to you, Mr. Luther. How did the people feel about all this? What was the support like?
The people became too fed up with the church and wanted to follow my teachings leading to the peasant revolt, which I eventually had to quell as it got violent. Many of my supporters died at the hands of nobles during this revolt, and the idiot King Charles was still after me trying to stop my teachings. Luckily, in 1555, the Peace of Augsburg made so that the prince in each land could select his own religion for his people. Despite this, Europe was split into North being Lutheran and South being Catholic. After all of this, the Catholic Church began a reformation as their own, known as the Counter-Reformation.
Now I'll admit, we did need some changes. What we wanted to do was improve and strengthen our political and religious power that we once had. And second, keep Catholics from wandering away from the church towards Lutherans and Calvinists. We, the major religious figures of the Catholic Church, gathered at the Council of Trent in 1545 to discuss plans on attacking the non-Catholic ideology that plagued the world. We eventually settled on the establishment of the Inquisition, which persecuted non-Catholics and placed them guilty of crimes including heresy and eligible to be killed by an inquisitor. So yeah, we wanted a reform, but our policies were, for the most part, here to stay. The Society of Jesuits was a missionary group founded in 1540 by Ignatius Loyola, a Spanish priest, that traveled and spread our ideology to all areas of the world, including China, India, Brazil, and even Congo, converting non-Catholics and Lutherans to Catholicism. Also, shout out to my man Johannes Gutenberg for making the printing press and allowing the Holy Bible to travel to all regions of the world in masses. I think that's about all you need to know about the Counter-Reformation, and thanks for listening.
Thanks everyone for coming out, and I'm so glad to be rightfully educated on the history of Lutheranism versus Catholicism. Let's move back in time to the origin of two major religions, Buddhism and Hinduism. Just around 2,000 years ago, Buddhism split apart from Hinduism and sectioned its own beliefs from Hinduism that made sense to them, as well as included some of their own. These religions, throughout time, have had many contradicting beliefs and ideas that our special guests will go over today. The most prevalent of the contradicting ideas is Buddhism's disagreement with the caste system that Hinduism is so keen on having. Today, we will be interviewing both Buddha, the creator of Buddhism, and Shiva, one of the 5 Hindu gods, to discuss the beliefs and splits between both religions. The Tripitaka, our primary source, is where all of Buddha's teachings are held. It is the main source between the conflict of Hindus and Buddhists. Buddhism was based off of Hinduism, and some Hindus believe that many of their teachings were stolen and put into the Tripitaka. The contradictions in beliefs between Buddhists and Hindus are held in this book. Welcome guys, Shiva, Buddha. You guys ready to discuss a little about your religions?
I think I should go first, because we have superior practices. We have better meditation, holy books, and a better system overall. I could easily destroy the universe with my eyes closed. After all, you were the one to branch off from our religion.
Hold on. Let's both first discuss the aspects of each of our religions so that the people can decide who's better.
First question, have you guys ever gotten into a conflict?
No, we have never gotten into a physical conflict. Our issue is a difference in our fundamental beliefs.
Yeah, I agree with Buddha. We've never physically fought or engaged.
Can both of you guys tell us a little about your holy books?
All of our sacred writing was put into one book known as the Vedas. The collection of verses in this book were written in Sanskrit and contains ancient facts brought by saints and sages. Our book has no beginning nor ending.
Our book is called the Tripitaka and contains many teachings from me. It has Dharma teachings from me and commentary on the rules for monks and nuns.
Alright, can you guys describe your practices?
Our practices contain meditation, yoga, and communal worship.
We also meditate and follow the teachings of the Eightfold Path.
You guys stole meditation from us.
No, we didn't.
Alright, let's get back on topic. Let me ask you guys another important question. What are your guys' main beliefs and philosophies?
Our main goal is to reach salvation. We have to be released from the cycle of life, death, and reincarnation. Reaching salvation in our religion is quite easy, and it's achieved in 3 ways. The way of works, the way of knowledge, and lastly, the way of devotion. The way of works is karma marga. It is the path to salvation through religious duty. Some obligations are being merciful, honesty, and generosity. The way of knowledge is attaining the true nature of reality through meditation, self-inquiry, and contemplation. Lastly, the path of devotion. It is the way to get to salvation by recollecting God and coming closer to God through love. It emphasizes oneness with the divine.
We also share similar beliefs. We believe that we have to escape the life cycle to reach nirvana and to attain enlightenment. We need to escape mental suffering by following the noble Eightfold Path. The 8 beliefs are right understanding, right thought, right speech, right action, right livelihood, right effort, right mindfulness, and right concentration. If everyone in this religion accepts these rules, you'll be able to reach nirvana. We rejected the 5 Vedas, which are sacred to Hinduism, and instead, we have our own rules. Another important aspect of religion is that all men and women are seen the same here. They have the same role in our spiritual community.
You guys should have never branched off from us. You guys just copied our own religion and used Our idea is to make your own religion.
I like the concept of your guys' ideas, but there were some things that needed to be changed. We didn't like the idea of the caste system and the way you guys described the creation of Earth.
I have one final question for the both of you. What gods do you guys believe in?
Our religion is polytheistic and believes in many gods. We believe in many gods, but I will be discussing the three main ones. Brahma is the main god of our religion. Brahma is the one we believe that created all living things in our beautiful world. The next god is Vishnu, and Vishnu is the one who will preserve and protect our universe. The third one, of course, is me. I am the one who can destroy the universe in order to recreate it to make it better.
I actually reject the idea of there being a god at all. The universe was not created by God, and therefore we should not worship a godlike figure.
You guys don't believe in a god? What type of blasphemy is this?
Don't question my belief system, or else I will kill you.
You probably can't even touch me.
Okay. Thank you guys for coming out today and sharing your religions. Hopefully you guys will be able to come back here soon. Let's fast forward into the rise of Islam. A religion preaching peace has turmoil within its followers almost as immediately as it began to gain traction. After the great prophet Muhammad died in 632 CE, controversy sprung over who should take up responsibility as the next caliph. Some followers argued that their leader should be a descendant of the great Muhammad, the Shiites, while others strongly disagreed, the Sunnis, claiming that it could be anyone fit for the role. The conflicting views eventually led to a split in 632 CE, creating the two parties, the Sunni and the Shiites. Their basic views remained universal. However, the Shiites thought the caliph should be a direct descendant, and the Sunnis believed any Muslim could rise to power. And go!
You Sunni, oh my god!
Damn it! It's back here! What?
It's like droppers.
Hey! Let go! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! Drop it! No! Stop it! Hey! Alright, let's break this up. Hey, let's take it inside.
Hey, girl!
Alright, it's over now. According to our primary source, which is right here, and the little scuffle you just saw, you can see that the Sunnis and Shiites didn't get along all that well. There are many bloody wars between these two groups, such as the one in the picture depicting the Battle of Karbala in 680 CE. This battle was sparked by a small Shiite army led by the grandson of the Islamic prophet Muhammad in an attempt to overthrow the Umayyad Caliphate. The small army of Shiites lost and were massacred, but were willing to give up their lives to fight for what they saw as a just cause. Hey guys, thanks for opting to talk it out with one another. First question for you guys, what was your conflict over? What brought you to such hatred?
Hi, I'm representing the Shiites. It all started with the death of our Lord and leader Muhammad in 632 CE. And even though he didn't name a successor, it was clear that the next leaders should be his descendants. Of the next four caliphs, only the fourth, named Ali, was related to Muhammad. We consider only him as a true leader.
Hi, I'm representing the Sunnis, and I think this is a load of bullshit.
Okay, and Sunni, what do you believe?
We believe that the caliph should be anyone that's a true believer, no matter if they're a descendant of Muhammad or not. Why should Muhammad's descendant be a leader if there's a better leader that is unrelated?
Can you guys tell us about the conflict between your two groups?
Yeah. After Ali, Muhammad's cousin and fourth successor, died in 661, a powerful Sunni family called the Umayyads took control. They were the first Muslim dynasty and moved the capital from Medina to Damascus. The dynasty lasted until 750.
And what happened after that?
In 750, a new caliphate called the Abbasids revolted against the Umayyads and defeated them for control of the Muslim Empire. This revolt happened because of the Abbasid family called themselves the rightful heirs of the Prophet Muhammad, because they were more closely related to him than the Umayyads. Shiites like me supported them because they were all about a familial connection with Muhammad. However, once the Abbasids gained power, they betrayed us by supporting Sunni Islam and rejecting Shia Islam. I am still mad about that. But anyway, that's basically our history up until now. The only question from now is, how long will this feud last?
We will find that out soon enough. Okay, we're done.
That's it.
Since the birth of religion, there has always been disputes between different faiths, some more serious than others. The Hindu-Buddha feud was a contradiction of beliefs leading to tension between the religions. However, they respected each other and never physically engaged in any fight, unlike the Sunni and Shiite. The Sunni and Shiite conflict was much more bloody, and instead of two different faiths, it was two branches of Muslim. They were at constant war over who the rightful caliph should be. Even today, the disagreement is pulling Muslims apart. Lastly, the Roman Catholic Church versus Lutheranism. When the 95 Thesis was released, it led to turmoil within the Catholic Church. In response to the complaints, they instantly tried to shut down the growing religion, but to no avail. Despite losing some of its power, the Church went through some much-needed changes in the Counter-Reformation. While we only went over 3 conflicts, there have been many more, such as the Crusades and Christianity in Rome. Our world continues to be plagued by these religious quarrels, preventing peace from rising above fighting.